This is the Last Dope podcast with your two hosts. I'm DJ J Stacey.
And your tia's favorite DJ, DJ Jedi.
And today we have Mr. Dirty 760. 760.
El Sucio.
What's up, everybody?
Many names. What are some more of those names?
Sucio, dirty mouth, fucking tierra.
The guy that throws bottles in the store.
Bottle in the storm, being a fucking travieso.
You're going to love that story.
You know?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Thank you guys for having me out here. It's been a while. I mean, we kind of missed each other like so many
times.
Well, it's been a while because this fucker didn't show up like 3
I
times.
know.
I got to put that out there.
Yeah.
I have to put it
It's
out
my
there.
fault.
It's not that we didn't want him. He's
It's-
just
no,
the
yeah.
scheduling.
The scheduling.
And then I ain't gonna lie, man. It's funny because people be like, hey, Dirty said he wants to come on. Man.
Like, are you sure he's going to come now? Like, you sure?
You know what? And I can vouch. You know, it is my fault, but I get pulled different.
It's just the timing,
you know?
bro. No,
Yeah.
none of your fault.
You know, I wish. I sometimes
man.
I just wish I would have a split double. Like, hey, you cabrón, go that way. You cabrón, go do that.
Hey, but you know what? It's perfect timing because we're like had a lot of interviews in, so we feel a lot more comfortable. After yesterday, we feel
We were here for about 3 hours.
shit.
You just say if this podcast was more, your show would have been long. Like the
Yeah.
whole fucking novela. Hey, you know.
it would have been like an add-on to
Like
the
on a
podcast.
Tony Vision level? That long?
No, not that long. I mean, yeah.
It could have gone.
It could have got longer, bro.
Damn.
You know.
Man, but anyways, man, okay. So you live here in the Imperial Valley, but you're from the Coachella Valley, right?
Yeah, that's right. I grew up in Coachella, Cochelita, Calle Verde, 5-3, and Camacho. All those streets right there, down 52. A lot of my people from Coachella are going to know, like, oh, yeah, he did, you know. I still keep BG. You know, I grew up there. The valley was my spot. And from Coachella to Indio, from Indio to Thermo to Palm Desert, Palm Springs, DHS. I lived in DHS for 1 week, and that's the last time I'll ever be there. My brother lives there right now. I give him props.
Ghetto as fuck, huh? Oh.
It's dangerous as fuck.
I don't know what happened. I was drinking water.
My brother lives right by the police station. He goes, and I still don't feel safe.
Shit.
I'm like, yeah.
I know, man.
Well, I worked one like doing like maintenance shit like that, and then trust me, they were never there.
No,
They were never there. They were always on calls. And would come back with food. So
I grew up in the valley, out in Coachella Valley, and then in 2009, I was going through some hard times. Not as people would say, now you went through an addiction. Nah, I went through no job addiction. It was crazy. It's like the moment Obama became president, I lost a job, and I was working construction because rich spend money to make money. You know what I mean? And it sucked. Right. All these companies shut us down, so I had no job. I was working labor ready. I think that's where Dirty was actually formed because there was a part where I was living in a shack behind my brother's house, no power, hot as hell in the summer. And one night, it came into me and I started writing. I had already been writing. We had been already making songs with my brother's friends and everything. And I ended up writing this song called Lord Give Me a Reason, Oye Dios, and countless other songs that just came out from being in that shack. And a month later, my brother was like, hey, we're going to move out. Me and sis are going to be headed up to Palm Desert. You know, we wish we could take you, brother, but we went to a 2-bedroom apartment, you know, with the kids. So I was like, all right, cool. My mom's like, why don't you come down here? So came down here. So I've been here ever since then, you know, since 2009, you know.
Going back to your brother, let's not skip a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah.
But how did you get into rapping specifically?
So when I was younger, my brother's dad played in a banda. I mean, I'm talking about like banda machos, with the jackets, you know, the rhinestones, the 1990, 80 fro hair crow, like, you know, just banged out, you know what I mean? My mom was the same thing. She wore these tight mini skirts and she would win on the pierna contest. They had the thigh contest. Yeah. So they were always around everybody. And I mean, when we talk about everybody, I'm talking about those temerarios, those bookies, Ramon Ayala, all these singers, because we live right behind Los Arcos. And if people don't know where the Arcos is at, that's in Coachella. That's where Shalino got shot. I live right behind there. So the after party was always at my mom's house. believe it or not, right there in that corner, Camacho and Calle Verde. If people don't believe me, the story is there, you know, and it's you know, the history's there. You know, you see it on YouTube. He grabs a note and he's like sweating, like, what the hell? Yeah, it's going down tonight, you know. And he got shot that night right there. So yeah, I grew up in a hood, you know, but it was beautiful, and that's where music started popping out. And more as I got older, I used to rap, you know, Kid Frost, you know, a lot of Too Short. I love Too Short, and Light Shada Brown, you know, because there wasn't too many Chicano rappers at the time. There was only a few, you know, and you know, I would copy them, you know, mimic them easy because their flow is real easy. Too Short's really easy. You can, you know, stop real quick, back, you know, he does that little, you know, popping. But as time went on, I just like didn't really think it was gonna take off, so I put that away for a while. I started playing golf, you know, taking in mind.
He said golf.
Yeah, just remember that I said it, golf. Yeah, I started playing golf, and but I was a little travieso, a little gangster. I was, you know, banging the hood, and I couldn't tell the homies what I was doing. So on Saturday nights, I would go and grab my stuff and put it away in my mom's car. You know, my clubs. You know, my mom's gonna take me, you know, to go golf in the morning on Sundays, because the homies will be up early in the morning from partying. And they would see me come out. And when I used to play golf, I always wear slacks. Because, I mean, that's what you saw when you watch on TV. These guys are always wearing slacks.
Yeah,
and a nice polo, right?
Yeah.
Or those fucking little cuffed up pants. And I know if I wore those cuffed up pants with the fucking Snickers, with the long socks and shit, those motherfuckers are going to know either I'm doing something fucking fruity or what's going on here, you know what I mean? So I was like, hey, you know, I got to keep it right. So that's what I did. I just wore slacks and would come out and they thought I was going to church. And it was cool. Hey, where you going, homie? I'm going to church. Oh, yeah, it's right on Sunday. Yeah. Say a prayer for me, dog. Simone. Get in the car. I was like,
The 18th hole.
yeah. She's like, you ain't going to church? And I'm like, I know, Mom, but you don't understand. You ain't in the streets. She's like, I know what's going on in the streets. I know it's popping. And I'm like, nah, you don't know what's popping. You don't know what's popping. So as time kept on going, my little brother, we went forward a little bit more. We'll cut some parts off. But my little brother... This is 2000 and I think I'm gonna say 3, 4, 8 Mile had just came out, so rap battle started coming out. My brother and his homies one of my best friends. I'll mention him right now. They started battle rapping. I got home one day from work. My brother goes, "Hey, you want to smoke me out?" And I was like, "Nah, I don't. Well, I'll battle you. What do you want to battle me? What the hell are you talking about battling? I want to battle you, rap battle." And I was like, oh, what the hell is that? Because I didn't know what was going on. I've been working, you know. I've been going. I ain't, you know. I'm listening to music, but the music I listen to has been, you know, it's Eminem. But I ain't, you know, I was listening to Eminem and all those other old school rappers, but I didn't know anything about no 8 Mile rap battle rap what a thing. So he battled me, and he just killed me, like literally. I didn't know. I was like a deer in the headlight. Didn't know what to say. And next thing you know, I go, give me one day, and he goes, man, I'll give you a whole year. You won't be able to beat me. I said a whole year. I went to go play golf the next day after work, and it just clicked in. Just clicked in like that. The words started flowing in. He was born, came back out, and I got home. I didn't even take a shower. I told my bro, get your ass outside. Put any beat on. He put, I don't know what beat he put on, but I murdered him. And I went personal. I talked about him, you know, and my brother was just like, damn, bro, I wanted to punch you. And I go, did I win? He goes, I can't even say nothing. I just want to fight you. That's how bad. Then you lost. He goes, I lost. I go, because I'm being a little bitch. I can't handle I don't know what to say. You literally stopped me in my tracks. And I was like, he goes, like, would you write that down? I'm like, no, I didn't even know what the hell I said. And to this day, I don't know what I said. But to them, it was like the words were poetry, you know? And when I say them, which is my other best friend, you know, Aaron, you know, AKA, you know, G, you know, that's my boy. Yeah. They started off a thing called Lost Soul Productions. So they asked me if I wanted to join them, their little group. And, you know, I'm older than them. I'm like, nah, this is for me, you know? Nah, come on, bro, you got to get in here. All right, cool. So I jumped in. Started doing these songs. We were making these songs, but they never wanted to let people hear them. I wanted the feedback. I wanted to know, you know, what's going on here, you know? And they didn't want it. They were just too scared. They didn't want to get they didn't want to be criticized. I wanted to criticize because that's the only way you get better. Mm-hmm. You know, people are going to tell your flaws. Like, hey, you do that, you do this. You know, this might sound a little better. And I ran with it. I took my stuff, and I would go to parties. I would go kick back with people from work, whatever, and I would give them samples, and people were like, hey, that sounds fucking dope. You know, there's a couple of you guys that sound really good. There's a couple of you guys that, you know, I don't know, you know. And I'm like, hey, they're young, you know. I'm trying to help them. They're like, damn, but it sounds like you've been doing this for years, you know. I'm like, I haven't, but you know what I mean. I'm just, you know, I guess I revamped it, and they're like, oh, all right, cool. But it started building up slowly and slowly, and then that's when I was living in the shack, doing my stuff, and that's when Dirty came out. And when we started rapping, my brother had started calling me Dirty Mouth, just because one of the songs that we're rapping was crazy. Because he goes, look, you never heard that beat. That beat got played. You dropped a whole 16, and then you knew where the hook was at for the first time. They did it to another beat, and I did the same thing. I started freestyling, and it just was like, how are you doing that? I'm like, I don't know. Like I was telling Jedi, I don't know how to press, record, edit, none of that. How to do all that stuff, the producing part behind that, I can't do that. But you give me a beat and you give me a pen and a pad, I'm going to write a song. And I could think of an artist like, hey, you need to be on this.
Right.
And then they'll be like, no. And they'll try to do it and they can't do it. I said, fuck it. I do it.
Damn.
And I make the sound good.
That's natural talent, bro, because for you to do a 16 and know where to come in on a fucking hook, like, there's motherfuckers in the studio fucking, oh, let's do that over. Because it fucking happens to me. You know, fucking, it happens to, but for you to just fucking knock out a 16 and just jump into the fucking hook, not even knowing, you know, how it's lined up or anything, and just jump in it, that's what you call fucking raw talent.
Yeah, and I didn't believe in it. And I still, to this point, it's just barely do I have confidence in me because I didn't have it. Dirty was really like, and I say Dirty, and two people are like, what do you mean it's you? And I'm like, no, Dirty. Because I'll tell you right now, as Dirty, when it comes to doing music, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get dirty because it's a work, it's a hustle. You're getting my critique as Dirty. You get my critique as Sam, he has no fucking idea what this is talking about. No idea. Because Sam is the guy who works the 9 to 5, takes care of his kids, pay his bills, have child support on point, you know. And yeah, I pay child support, but I hustle my ass off every day. Like a real man does, and I love my kids, each one of them, and stepkids. So, you know, I keep it real as Sam and Dirty in two separate areas because Dirty does the business in music, you know. And there's been times I've been shortchanged just Dirty, and it's because Dirty bites his tongue, stays quiet. But it's because Sam keeps on, hey, don't do that, because I can start a hurricane. Don't piss me off. When it comes to music, especially my money, that's a whole, you're messing with someone's life right there, you know. And Dirty's like, hey, you know, I'm up there sweating my ass off, you know, and you're gonna say what, you know? No, this place is packed, you know, give me my money, you know. It wasn't like that before, but now I've been more humble where I do shows for free, like car shows, anything for benefits, I do for free. Why? Because why not?
Right.
Like, and it's a trip because we were speaking like yesterday, about the whole name. I didn't know there was mouth attached to it in the beginning because I always thought Dirty, Sucio, right, like his rap lyrics were about, you know, the obvious, right?
Right.
But then he's like, no, like it's because I always was talking shit. I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense too.
I thought it was just like a muchacho sucio or something.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's the next project. That's my next album, Muchacho Sucio.
No shit.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And he didn't tell me that.
What the fuck?
That's the next project, Muchacho Sucio.
See, man.
Yeah, you see me?
That's what I'm saying. It's just like we talked about it. I mean, when you put shit out into the universe, you know, without even knowing a backstory or anything, you know, just because you're putting something out in the universe, you know, look at it's like it connected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, fucking Muchacho Sucio, you know, and what are the fucking odds?
Yep.
You know?
I hadn't.
He didn't tell me this shit at all.
I've only told like 2 people. I told Luck about it, and well, my producer, my best friend, you know, Meezy, you know, 1800 Entertainment, you know, 8 East, you know, you want that fire, you know what to call, you know what to call, you know. But anyways, yeah, that's my boy.
You.
Yeah, that's my boy, man. I wouldn't be here for that, man. That man actually saved me, man. That man, him, and my cousin Bois, a couple other people, man. It gets emotional to me, but yeah, they saved me, bro. They brought me from the dead, you know, because you know, I had lost everything again. You know, I lost a family, you know, kids, everything. You know, 8 years straight, and I came back when they said I couldn't do it, and he brought me back. You know, Meezy was like, "Yo, I got a studio, come." You know what I mean? Like I was weak. I was at that point where, you know, where I wanted to take my life, bro. Like, you know, Meezy saved my life. Like people don't know. Like, yeah, that guy saved my life.
That's what's up, man.
Like, he hit me up like, yo, nah, you don't need that, bro. Come here. Let's talk. I got a studio. Like, man, you got a bedroom. He's like, nah, I got a studio. I'm like, nah. He's like, no, you need to come, man. Because when I met him the first time I got here, he was the first person. And my cousin Ferndog was the one telling me, hey, you know what? I got a buddy of mine I play Call of Duty with, you know. Shout out to my Call of Duty friends. Hey, he hit me up. And he's like, yo, you know, talk to this guy named Meezy. And I was like, all right. And I went to go meet Meezy for the first time. And we didn't connect. It just was like, Meezy was like, yeah, you're like another Mexican rapper. And I felt that, you know, I think that's what he saw about me. But it was cool because I didn't know myself yet. I was still trying to find Dirty. Dirty was still trying to find that right key. You know, who the fuck are you, dog? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to do something. You're going to do something crazy. And you're still not done. So we got to find out who you are. So me and Meezy did something. But Meezy pushed me to like another spot. He's like, you know, talk to this guy named C1. So I met C1. C1 had a studio, High Star Studios at the time. Went in there. I met Blueski. Blueski the great. You know, I met him, and one day I needed, you know, to record this song, and I wrote this song called "Let's Blaze It," and this song, this song took me about 30 minutes to write, and it took about 45 minutes to like drop because we smoked like for 20, you know. But so, you know, I had this song. C1 didn't have time to do it. C1 had prior things he had to do, which was cool. But he was gracious enough and said, you know what, Blue is at the studio. Ask Blue if he wants to produce this song, you know. And I was like, all right. So I hit Blue up. I did a raw for him, and Blue was just like, you wrote this right now? And I'm like, yeah, I wrote this. You know, I want to throw. Man, get in there. You know, went straight in there, and we dropped it. You know, and Let's Blaze It came out, and that song has some history. And that song's like almost 10 years old, and people still think it's brand new. I'm like, no. No, it's just I never pushed it as much as I wanted to. It wasn't like, oh yeah, we just put it out. I really didn't care, you know. Like I was telling Jedi, I'm not one of those rappers. I'm not a rapper. I hang out with you know, fools that are making money, hustlers, you know, real people, you know, trying to live, you know. So I'm not at the studio every day, nothing like that. I'm not rapping with, you know, a bunch of guys, you know. That was old, you know. I told in the beginning how you start off with your whole little group. Yeah. You know, my brother and his crew and my friends. And his brother, you know, rest in peace, Josue. You know, we were all a whole little crew, you know. Right. And when I started coming back up and doing all this stuff, Aaron was MIA. I hadn't seen him for a long time. I got him, and I brought him back, and we lost Josue. Josue got killed. He was like a brother to me. And
R.I.P., man.
Yeah. So when he passed away, it was a shock to us, you know. It hurt us a lot because we wrote a song together. Me and Josue wrote a song, and the way I told him how to sing it, he followed it, and he didn't want it. He was like, "Nah, I don't want it." I'm like, telling you, bro, just follow the way. And he did the way the hook I wanted him, and he was like, "Oh my God, I didn't think I could do that." I'm like, exactly, because we're always forced to doing it one way. You got to get out of your bubble, you know. Right. A little Chris Brown in there, you know, and then start rapping. Get in there, you know what I mean? Do something different. You know, and it kicked in, you know. And he passed away, you know, rest in peace. And we started doing this stuff again. You know, I got Aaron back in it, and Homie G, he started doing his stuff, dropping his music, and he's been doing a lot of stuff. He did a collabo with the homie from Click On One. Oh, and, shit. Yeah, so he's been pushing, man. He's one of my best friends, you know. I'm using him, you know, a lot of my friends out in Coachella. But they're the reasons why I started doing music, and that's why I've been right here. You know, and like I said, I was doubting myself. I'm not always like, oh, I'm the best. You know, I don't really care. You know, right? You know,
what's one of I know you've done a couple of car shows. Is there one that stands out, or a performance that stands out that you just hold, like this was my best performance or whatever?
Oh wow! I think the best performance I ever had was Lil Rob in Coachella. Yeah, the headliner, the guys who were supposed to host, backed out in the end, and the place was fucking packed. And this is my hometown. This is in Coachella. So I'm like, you know what? I want to get on this ticket. You know, and it's crazy how the promoters do this shit. It is kind of stupid. So, you know, $250 worth of tickets, and you can perform for like 10 minutes. That money's going in your pocket. What are you talking about? That's not going to no show. That's going to someone's bottle. That's someone's bottle right there I'm paying for. Are you telling me? You know, so that's kind of dumb. Promoters, stop doing that. Let these artists roll, because you know when they become famous and you want to kiss their ass, they're gonna charge a shitload on you. You're gonna be like, "Oh, I always can't." Nah, that's what's gonna happen. Be humble, because the next Michael Jackson, the next DMX, is in that crowd. Come on, why you gonna be greedy about it? And then you're gonna have the gall to say, "Yeah, I brought him up. I gave him a spot. He paid for his spot. You didn't give him no favors."
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Very true.
that was the show, the Lil Rob one. I smoked in that club, and the club owner was like, there's only 2 people that ever smoked in this club performing that I let happen. It was Nipsey Hussle, because they actually had the dab bar there, the whole works. My boys from Real Trees, Coachella Co. My boy Nick Mess on them. Those are my boys out there. Coachella bar. Hey, and every time you guys in Coachella, just stop by right there at that bar and that cannabis shop. It's right there in the corner.
That's what's up.
The Messes started a good thing. My boys out there, got love for them. They always show me love when I go down there. They
future sponsor. Oh,
yeah. no, hey bro, they're wonderful, bro.
I'm always trying to get a fucking plug.
I went to high school with Nick and Bobby and my boy Ruben Sanchez, and all these guys. We all were in the club back then. We had a little players club. Just that's what we were. But that's what our little thing was.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'll leave it at that.
we partied every weekend. It was just our thing. We did our thing together.
Tornadoes.
Having fun. At the ranch. We were little kids. Riding.
If
riding
you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah, we'll talk about that one later. Because it's a long story. But yeah, so yeah, that show
Very
was,
long.
that show was the best one, I think I said, because when I got up there, I hosted the show. The club owner was like, "Hey, can you host the show?" And I'm like, well, "Why? What's wrong with the host?" And he can't make it. And I'm like, he's like, "How much?" And I'm like, "Look, just do me a favor. Give me a booth, give me a couple buckets and a bottle, and we're good." And he goes, "You don't want no money?" I'm like, "I don't want no money. I'm good. I just want to get out there, Homie, Aaron was with me, so he backed me up on the ad libs. We did a couple songs from back in the days that we were together. We spiced them in, and I did Let's Blaze It. And I remember when I got up there and the beat came on, because I was, there was about 5 openers. So I'm hosting this, and so I got to open up for Lil Rob. I kind of took it easy because I didn't want to lose my voice when I'm up there, because the crowd was pretty loud. And the bar sold out because every time I was like, "Yo, we're having shot contest. Who wants to get some?" So people were buying shots thinking there was a contest. There really wasn't. Just seeing who get fucked up.
Good marketing.
Yeah, and people were buying like, what do we win? We're gonna get fucked up. That's what you win. Pictures of Lil Rob afterwards. A concert, good show. It was a real good show. I got up there, I did my thing, and when I did Let's Blaze It, I actually performed it. My homeboy Bobby Mesa went up to me and he pulled out a big old Bob Marley blunt and I gave it to me, and I'm up on stage. There's video of this, and I'm just smoking up there, and you can hear like different videos from different people that night where you hear people like, is that a real blunt in it? Is he really smoking weed in here? And then you hear people like, "We can smoke weed in here?" Hey, if you can smoke, we can smoke. I started again. So then you started seeing people light up. The club owner was like, he's like, "Fuck it, it's gonna happen." You know what I mean?
Right.
Bam. I'm doing this. In the corner of my eye, I turn around, look at the DJ, and the DJ is like, he's in tune with me, like, "Yo, bro, this is dope. Like, your whole set is like," because he took time when he got my set. He goes, "Let me hear it. I'll see what I could do." And I don't know what he did, but it was probably one of the best, sound performance that I liked. That it was on point. My mic was on point. My voice was on point. Everybody loved it. My boy was like, "Oh my God, dude, I never had this atmosphere. This is what it feels like." Yeah. Then Lil Rob came up, and then I'm up on stage with Rob. There's a part where we're talking about how hot it is, and it's weird because me and Rob had no idea about that. We didn't sit down. We didn't talk about this. But he's like, "Woo, man." He's like, "Something about Coachella." I go, "Bro, I love Coachella. Thank you for coming out here." He had just taking shots of tequila in La Cantina.
Okay.
So we were talking, a little pause, 30 seconds. I'm like, "Yeah. Something about that heat, though." He's like, "Yeah, something about them summer nights." "Hell yeah, bro, I'm telling you, something about those summer nights." And they go, "Simon," and then they went straight in. And that was his last song for the night. Like, it was weird. Like, it was just like,
it wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned. Because at the end of the night, we were sitting talking. He goes, "Yo, bro, how many times have you been at my shows? Because, have you?" And I'm like, "Bro, I've never been live to your shows. This is the first time, This is in the back, the stage room, the green room where I was taking pictures with everybody, signing whatever we're signing." And it was cool. You know what I mean? So I would say that was my first good performance, you know. And Lil Rob was cool, gave me his number, you know, like hit me up whenever you want to feature, we can sit down. And